Have you ever looked at the calendar and felt a tightness in your chest? Maybe you've thought to yourself, I'm over 60, it's too late to start over, too late to try something new, to dream big, to become who I've always wanted to be. If that thought has ever crossed your mind, I want you to know you're not alone. I see you. I see the weight you carry, the memories of roads not taken, the voices whispering, now is the time to rest, not to risk. But today, I want to take your hand and share a truth that Buddhism has whispered for centuries. Time is not your enemy. This metaphor is pure gold. Picture a river flowing, indifferent to human expectations. It doesn't demand speed, only presence. In Buddhism, time isn't linear. It's cyclical, like a mandala silently drawn. What's gone isn't lost. It's simply around another bend in the flow. And maybe, just maybe, you're exactly where you need to be to awaken. But if time isn't your enemy, who is? What if the real villain is closer than we think? Time is just a river, and you're still swimming. Imagine a seed, small, forgotten in the soil for years. Does it think it's too late to grow? No. When the rain comes, when the light touches it, it simply blooms. You are that seed, and the rain, it's falling right now. In this video, we'll walk together down a path illuminated by Buddhism, a path of letting go, of presence, of transformation. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or beyond. It doesn't matter what the world says about success. Today, I want to help you rediscover a purpose pulsing within you, a purpose that has no expiration date. Have you ever felt afraid to shine, afraid to try and fail? Or maybe afraid that deep down, it's too late to be who you've always dreamed of? Let's talk about it. Let's dissolve those fears one by one with the gentle wisdom of Buddhism and with stories that will remind you that now is all you need. So take a deep breath. Let the weight of what if slip away for a moment. You're here with me. And together we'll discover that it's never too late to start again. In Buddhism, success isn't a finish line. It's simply being alive right now with the courage to be yourself. What if age is just a cosmic number? Prepare yourself, because the next revelation will make you question everything you thought you knew about time. But before we dive deeper, I have a special invitation for you. Watch this video until the end. There's something important waiting for you there. And hey, if this content touches your heart, give it a like and leave a comment below. This not only lets me know you're here with me, but it also helps YouTube understand what inspires you. That way, it'll show you more videos like this, messages that nourish the soul, not just the mind. The fear of success and the ghost of too late. What if the fear of shining is greater than the fear of failing? Yes, there's a fear we rarely talk about, the fear of success. Because success demands change, courage, and stepping out of hiding. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. You finally see everything you've been avoiding. But remember, fear is just a messenger. It's not the end. It's the beginning of the journey. What if you're already shining, but with your eyes closed? What happens when we open our soul to see? Have you ever felt time as a burden, as if every year that passes steals a piece of who you could have been? I know how that feels. At 60 or beyond, the world can seem like a cruel mirror, reflecting expectations you think you should have met. A perfect career, a life without regrets, a success everyone applauds. But I want you to pause for a moment and just breathe with me. Because that weight, it's not yours to carry. Let me tell you a story. Once there was an old boatman who lived by a river. Every day he stared at the other shore, thinking, if I had crossed earlier, I would have found rich lands, adventures, a bigger life. He spent hours dwelling on the past until one day a child asked, why don't you cross now? The boatman laughed, saying, now I'm old, it's too late. But the child just smiled and said, the river doesn't care about your age. It just wants to carry you. That afternoon, the boatman took up his oar and crossed. And on the other side, he didn't find gold, but peace, the peace of trying. Einstein showed us that time is relative, but what if, instead of a straight line, it were a circle? Some theories suggest we live in a multiverse, where every choice creates a new reality. Maybe in one of those realities, you're already the person you've always dreamed of being. What happens when we defy the laws of time? The answer might be closer than you think. This story lives in you. Maybe you feel the world expects you to have already arrived. That at 60 or older, it's time to retire from your dreams, to silence that quiet desire to create, to grow, to start anew. But what the world forgets, and what Buddhism whispers is, that time isn't a prison, it's simply an invitation. Why do the 60s feel like a barrier? Because we carry voices that say, you should have done this sooner, voices that compare your life to others. And sometimes the heaviest voice is your own, the one whispering, what if I fail? What if it's too late? But what if it's not? The fear of success isn't just about fearing failure. It's about fearing the effort, the risk, the vulnerability of wanting something new. It's looking at the river of life and wondering, is it worth rowing now? Let me tell you about Anna, a 62-year-old woman I met. She spent decades caring for her family, postponing her dream of painting. At 60, she stared at a blank canvas and felt fear of not being good enough, fear that no one would care. But one day, she picked up the brush. What does Anna teach us? That the fear of success and the ghost of too late aren't signs to stop. They're signs that something in you still pulses, still dreams, still wants to grow. At 62, Anna looked at a blank canvas and discovered a new world. Anna is a symbol of something greater, the seed that waited for rain. She shows us that it's not age that defines spring, it's the decision to bloom. In Buddhism, even a moment of silence is creation. By painting, Anna didn't just color canvases, she redrew her own soul. If Anna can paint with her soul, what can you create with hands free of fear? Today, her paintings adorn the walls of friends and small cafes, not because she reached the top, but because she dared to begin. So ask yourself right now, what's alive in me? What do I desire but hide out of fear? You don't need to answer out loud. Just let the question rest in your heart. Time hasn't stolen your dreams. It's only held them for you to find them now. What if your art could change the world? Art is a way to transcend time and space. Every brushstroke, every musical note is a message to the future. What if, by sharing your passion, you're planting seeds of hope in a world that so desperately needs them? But how do you turn this inspiration into action? The next step will give you the tools to unleash your potential. Einstein, multiverses, and the parallel reality of you. What if, in some parallel universe, you're already who you've always dreamed of being? Modern physics proposes something almost mystical. Every choice creates a new universe. This means that you, right now, can align with a version of yourself that's already overcome fears, that's already started a new cycle. Meditate on this. Maybe starting over isn't creating something from scratch, but simply tuning into a frequency of courage that already vibrates within you. But how do you access this frequency? The answer might be closer than you think, and it starts with a breath. The truth of Buddhism, redefining success. What if success isn't what you think? What if it's not about trophies, applause, or getting there? What if success is simply being here, now, with an open heart? In Buddhism, letting go isn't about renouncing the world, but about freeing yourself from expectations. What if that stone you carry is actually a portal to your transformation? By letting it fall, you make space for beauty to bloom in your life. Buddhism has a gentle way of waking us up. It asks us to see the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. And one of the most beautiful truths it offers is this: Nothing is fixed. Not your age, not your mistakes, not your fears. Everything changes, like the wind dancing through the leaves. Get ready for a revelation that will forever change how you see success. There was a monk walking through a forest. He carried a heavy stone, a symbol of his regrets. "Why do you carry that?" a traveler asked. "Because it's my past," the monk replied. The traveler smiled and said, "But the past isn't here anymore. Only the stone is." In that moment, the monk let the stone fall. And for the first time in years, he felt the ground beneath his feet. The past isn't here anymore. Only the stone is. This story is a gentle punch to the chest. How many of us drag invisible stones, believing they define us? The moment the monk lets go, he steps on the ground for the first time. That's enlightenment. Letting go isn't forgetting. It's freeing yourself from the weight that stops your next step. What if you could drop that stone right now? Close your eyes and get ready to feel the ground beneath your feet. Buddhism teaches 3 simple yet powerful things for starting over. Impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Your regrets? They're clouds passing by. Your fears? They'll dissolve too. Presence. The now is the only moment you can touch. Not at 20, not at 80. It's in this very second that you can choose. Letting go. Release what was, release what should be, and embrace who you are today. In Buddhism, success isn't about accumulating things. It's not about racing against time. Success is finding peace in the journey. It's looking at yourself and saying, "I am enough, and what I do now, no matter how small, matters." Have you ever thought about that? That success could be learning something new at 65, or forgiving someone or yourself at 70, or simply smiling at the day, knowing you're alive. Meditation isn't just a relaxing practice, it's a powerful tool to access inner wisdom. By quieting the mind, you connect with the cosmic energy pulsing in every living being. What if by meditating, you're tuning in to a higher frequency of consciousness? But how do you apply these principles in daily life? The next step will give you a practical guide to restart your journey. I want you to close your eyes for a second. Imagine letting go of a stone that carries the weight of too late. Feel it slip from your hands. Feel the relief. You don't need to carry it anymore, because the now, it's waiting for you. In Buddhism, success isn't a goal. It's the act of living with courage, with presence, with love, right now. Success redefined, the peace of the present. What if success is just being here now with an open heart? In the West, success is a race. In Buddhism, it's stillness. It's the sound of a leaf falling. It's the act of smiling inwardly. It's the moment you stop comparing and start loving yourself. But how do you apply this in real life? How do you turn philosophy into action? The answer is coming now. A practical guide to starting over. After 60, you don't need to chase time. You can dance with it. Grab a piece of paper. Write down one thing that makes you smile. That's a seed. Take a deep breath for 2 minutes. That's watering it. Talk to someone about your dreams. That's sunlight. In a few days, the garden starts to respond. What if, by starting over, you're not just changing your life, but inspiring an entire ecosystem around you? Have you ever felt a quiet longing deep inside, something whispering, try, begin, live? That whisper is your heart speaking, and today we'll give it space to grow. Think of a garden. Even an old garden with dry soil can bloom again, but it needs care, small actions, patience, love. Your life is that garden. And Buddhism teaches us that no matter the season, there's always time to plant. So, how do you start over? Rediscover what makes you smile. Grab a piece of paper now if you can. Write down one thing, just one, that has brought you joy. It could be cooking, dancing, storytelling, or even stargazing. Don't judge it, just write it. That small spark, it's the beginning, I met a man, Tim, who at 67 rediscovered his passion for the guitar. Today, he plays in public squares, not for fame, but because every note makes him feel alive. Use mindfulness to calm your fears. Try this. For 2 minutes, close your eyes and just breathe. When a thought like "I'm not capable" arises, don't fight it. Just say, "I see you, but now I'll breathe." This simple practice, done daily, is like watering your inner garden. It gives you clarity for the next step. Find those who walk with you. No one starts over alone. Seek a friend, a group, a community, even online. Draw inspiration from stories like KFC, created by a man at 65 who believed in a recipe, or artists who shone after 70. They weren't different from you. They just decided to try. You don't need to change the world today. Maybe your fresh start is learning a new skill, or saying, "I love you" to someone, or simply looking in the mirror and saying, "I deserve to try." Every step counts. Every step is your garden blooming. Starting over isn't racing against time. It's dancing with it, one step at a time, with an open heart. Because music is the language of the soul. Music has the power to heal, inspire, and connect. What if, by sharing your passion, you're creating a symphony of love and hope in a world that so desperately needs harmony? But how do you overcome the obstacles along the way? The next tip will give you the strength to keep going. Age is just a number. The story of KFC is proof that it's never too late to chase your dreams. What if, by believing in yourself, you're opening doors to an extraordinary future? Remember, the universe conspires in favor of those who don't give up. And now, the big revelation. Have you ever looked at the sky at the end of the day? Have you seen how the sun says goodbye, yet leaves a promise of dawn? Your life is like that. No matter how many sunsets you've seen, there's always a new day waiting for you. You are a vital piece in the grand puzzle of the universe. Imagine that right now, as you watch this video, a star is being born in some distant galaxy. You're part of that same fabric. There is nothing small about trying. Every gesture of yours is a note in the symphony of existence. Today we've talked about time, this river that sometimes scares us, but always carries us. We've talked about the fear of shining, the weight of too late, and the wisdom of Buddhism that reminds us, you are enough. Now is enough. And every choice you make, no matter how small, is a step toward peace, purpose, and the life pulsing within you. I want you to know you're not alone. Your fears, your dreams, your questions, they're human, they're real, and they're beautiful. And I believe in you. I believe that in this very moment, there's a seed inside you, ready to grow. So, do one thing today, something small. Write down a wish, take a step. Smile at the mirror and say, I can start now. Because in Buddhism, success isn't about arriving first. It's about being present, with courage, with love, with life. Time isn't your enemy. It's just the space where you bloom. We're all part of a vast cosmic web connected by invisible threads. What if, by recognizing your connection to the universe, you're awakening to your true purpose? Remember, you're a vital piece in this puzzle. What dream song do you silence, fearing the night has already fallen? Let it resonate, even in whispers, for every note echoes into infinity. In which garden of your soul do the stones of the past still weigh heavy? Unearth them with the lightness of forgiveness and let your inner spring bloom. What does it mean to you to breathe the now? Is it the courage to be yourself, the dance of a free soul, or the simple miracle of being? If the melody of this video has touched the symphony of your heart, leave a ray of light in the form of a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice is the spark that ignites other journeys. Share this video with someone who needs to remember there's still time, there's still sun after the sun, and the universe conspires in favor of those who choose to start again. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. To blossom even more on this path, I invite you to harvest the fruit of my exclusive ebook, A Garden of Buddhist Practices to Flourish in Every Season of Life. The link is in the description and the first pinned comment. The journey doesn't end here. Let the videos appearing on your screen guide you to other horizons of transformation, where wisdom and inspiration await with open arms. Choose one of the videos on your screen and click to continue your journey of transformation. Finally, thank you for walking with me this far.